Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. Welcome back to my tutorial series. We're almost at the end. This is part 8. Today we're going to be doing some exploration, a high risk, high reward activity. If you guys are completely new to EVE Online and want to learn everything from the ground up without any prior knowledge required, go back to part 1. I explain everything in a very clear-cut manner. So let's get into this exploration. So we fitted up our Heron right now, and now we're going to go exploration and do that high risk, high reward activity. So when it comes to exploring, this is going to be exploring in Wormhole. It's very easy, very accessible for new players. So we're going to just undock here right here and do it right now. Make sure you've set home station if you haven't already done it. I've already done it, but in case you die, you'll respawn here. You don't have to travel all the way back. And we're in a very cheap ship, 1 million, so it doesn't really matter. So we did undocks before. You just right click and just click on undock. And you look here, I instantly warp now to this undock right here. So if someone decided to gank me, I would be too fast for them. Or if you don't just sleep when you go undock here. So when I say exploration in Wormholes, you can do exploration in many areas of space. So you can do exploration high sec, low sec, null sec, and Wormholes. The reason we're going to go for doing it in Wormholes is because in Wormholes you get a lot more loot from hacking those data and relic sites. If you remember from the career agents missions we did, you can hack stuff, you can do data and relic sites. So we're going to go to a different system right here because there's no signatures. As you can see in our probe scanner, reminder how to get the probe scanner up is you go here, click here, probe scanner. Then you'll get up. If we click here, it'll go away. Click here, go here. And if it looks like this for you, then just click here, open in separate windows. Then you just have this one because this big map is not really so useful right now. So do you guys maybe remember how wormholes work? Well, if you don't, then wormholes, as I said before, they are like these kind of random portals that generate. So they could be one of these cosmic signatures right here. And then we're going to scan them down and go into them, and then we'll go into a wormhole system. A wormhole system is a mysterious system that is not connected via conventional gate networks, but anyone can kill you in there. You can't see who's in local, so it's very, very spooky, very, very dangerous, but also very profitable when it comes to those relic sites. So I just warped to the station here. You don't have to, but the point is, you will notice that if you just warp out of a gate and you don't move around like I did now, like I warped to the station, you won't be able to launch your probes. You have to have decloaked from, because everyone gets decloaked when they go through a gate. So we're going to launch our probes right here, and I'm going to scan these cosmic signatures because they could potentially be a wormhole. Let's scan this one. Make sure that the scan probe radius is bigger than the red circle. When you're looking for these data and relic sites in wormholes, you're going to primarily be happy if you see a relic site. They tend to drop a lot better loot than the data sites, but you can still get good ISK from both of them. Just the relic sites tend to drop more, so just keep that in mind. If you see a relic site, you should be happy. You should get excited because you can potentially get hundreds of millions of ISK from just one site if you are very lucky. And we've got a combat site here. We're not interested in combat site, but if you did want to do combat exploration, you could do that. But I would say that that's not as newbie accessible as this kind of activity right here, where we're going to do data and relic sites. All you need is your 1 million ISK Heron to be able to do these combat sites. You need to have a bit of a beefier ship. And also, it's sometimes I would say that this is a little bit more profitable in my opinion. But if you are lucky with the combat exploration, it can also be very, very profitable. Okay, so now we'll make it smaller, because when we make our scan and probe radius smaller, then it's going to be more concentrated, more stronger, and will reveal more percentage points of this cosmic signature right here. Okay, so this seems to be quite hard to scan down. Keep in mind, if you are going at the smallest resolution and you still can't scan it down, don't bother, because that means your skills are not good enough to scan down the signature. I once spent like half an hour, 20 minutes just trying to scan down something, which I eventually found out that I didn't have the required skills or good enough skills to be able to scan down. But I think we'll be able to scan this one right here down. See, what is this? Maybe it's going to be a wormhole, because I think some wormholes can be quite hard to scan down. But it also could be some other things, like there's some types of special data sites that can actually be very hard to scan down. Okay, well, we can actually, this is a data site right here. We could actually just scan it down and get it to begin with. But then we can, after that, look for a wormhole. The thing is, the data sites in high sec don't at all give us good loot as they do in wormhole space. But we can continue to scan for this rest of this cosmic signature while we have these while we go and hack this site right here. So we can just warp to this location, right click, warp to, and we can just keep scanning this, see if there's anything in here. Oh, okay, there's already someone here as well. So in fact, we're just going to forget about this because he's probably going to take all the stuff here anyway. So there's no point. The stuff in HiSec really gives so little ISK, so I wouldn't say it's worth it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to warp to one of these systems, like Isanamo, for example, warp to 0. We're going to see if we can we're going to wait on the gate. We're not going to go through the gate. I'm just going to wait on the gate until we've finished scanning this one right here. Oh, there we go, a wormhole. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So maybe we could have something good from here. I earned my first like hundreds of millions through doing exploration like this, just so you guys know. So this is exactly, or almost exactly, what I did. A tip could be, if you want to be extra risky, is to go to low sec and then go find wormholes from there, because the thing is, a lot of people do this activity, so a lot of people will go through the wormholes that already exist, like in HiSec, and then they'll all be taken when it comes to the relic and data sites. So if you go to low sec, which is a bit more dangerous, you'll maybe find less people, or less people have been there, so then there's more likelihood that there's going to be a lot of relic sites. So I'm going to retrieve my probes here because I'm not going to use them anymore, and we're going to go to this wormhole right here, see if there's any interesting. There are different types of wormholes. Some wormholes don't necessarily lead to wormhole systems. They could also lead to another high-sec system, another low-sec system, a null-sec system even. So we're going to just check here. If you right-click actually on the wormhole, then you'll be able to see where it leads to. Oh, so we've even got some guy who's here, this Heron right here. Let's see, if we go here and click show info, it leads into unknown parts of space. I don't know if we should go through it because this guy is here. The thing is, we could go through it, but the thing is, I think that this guy is just gonna grab everything, and it's very likely that everything is going to be taken. But we don't even have any combat capabilities either. So he could have drones. We don't have the skills to use drones, so he will very likely probably kill us. So in actuality, I could actually go through it. We'll go through it. We're going to be a little bit risky right here. Let's go through it, because we could find another wormhole in here. And what I'd actually do is mark this as bookmark. Actually, just click no here. This way, I always mark my wormholes so that I have them, so I can go through them if I ever get lost. Because you can get lost if you go through wormholes. This is very important actually. Hold down left click plus and then save location and type here entry. I type here entry of the entry wormholes I go through. So we just go through here and just click yes. We're now into spoopy wormhole space. You can see here there's no one here in local. So okay, so we can highlight this and click save location. Remember it said unknown regions of space? That means it's like a wormhole system, so it doesn't mean that we're going to another high sec or low sec system. So we can click on this and mark this one here on this other way, and we type wormy. I type wormy on the wormholes that I come out from, not the entry one. So I go through the entries and I come out from the wormies. That's why I say. So we've got all this here, and I will sort by jumps in my bookmarks now. So we see here, if we wanted to go back, we would just go through here. Let's see now, we've got a bunch of these anomalies right here, which will remove the anomalies, and we can see all the cosmic signatures right here. Now, there's not so many anomalies. We're going to go and check this on a website actually. Well, first off, I'm going to warp to this location because this guy could kill me. So I'll warp within 100 on this random celestial right here. Celestial is just some kind of planet or something. So I'll warp within 100. And what I'll do is I'll make something called a safe while I'm warping. So I'll click add location, type safe, and enter. Now I've made a location that is in the middle of nowhere, and it's very unlikely that someone will be able to get to me because I've made a location, a bookmark at this very specific location. It's going to be very hard for someone to go to me. They could now get to me if they use something called combat scanner probes. So you know how we're using these core probe launchers? We just click launch here to get them out. You know how we're using these core scanner probes? There's something called combat scanner probes. Combat scanner probes can be used to scan down actual ships. These core scanner probes can't be used to scan down ships, and that is something you have to watch out for, because they can scan you down even if you are in these safe spots right here. Okay, let's go and just scan this down, see if there's anything interesting right here. In the meantime, what we'll do is actually, oh wait, we have got to the wrong location now. We went to the safe right here. This guy could maybe go for us. Okay, he's quite far away, so I don't think he'll go for us. I warped to the wrong location. I didn't warp to the safe. Okay, there's another wormhole here. So this could be the wormhole we came out from. We could see if it's close to the, let's see now, wormy, where is it? Where's that wormy? Okay, no, actually probably another wormhole, because this is what I mean. So there could be multiple wormholes in here, and we could actually lose that other Heron. A way to check what kind of wormholes exist in the system is we could go on Google and type in Anoik.is. This one here, Anoik.is. And what we do is we type in the name of the system, so J171805. You see this code up here, and we'll click here, and we can see here what kind of systems exist in here. So we can see that there's a static, and then there's a possible wandering. So there's two types of wormholes, you could say. There's one called a static, and all wormhole systems. So we are in a wormhole system right now. Remember, it said, you know, unknown regions of space. That means we're in a wormhole system that is not got any jump gates, and it's got no one in local. They all can have something called a static, which means that there's always going to be that type of wormhole. So there's this, since we have a HS static, that means high sec static. That means that there's always going to be some kind of wormhole in the system that leads to high sec. It doesn't have to. Wormholes that exist, they last for about 24 hours, and then they disappear, and then new ones form. So that in maybe 24 hours, the wormhole we came out from will disappear, and a new one will form, and then a new one that leads to some high sec system will form. So the point is, there's always going to be a wormhole that leads to high sec. It doesn't have to be the next, and the high sec system it leads to will change over time. Then these wanderings here, these are kind of random ones. They kind of exist, they don't always exist. Statics means it's static, it'll exist there all the time, but the wanderings don't have to always exist all the time. They can kind of be a little bit of a random thing here. The high sec is just that, you know. So like, say if I was going through a bunch of wormholes and I wanted to get back to high sec, then if I were to type in the code here and I see high sec static, then I'll be like, oh yay, I can go back to high sec now, because I know that there's going to be a wormhole that leads back to high sec in here. So it's a good way to get back. Okay, so there's quite a few wormholes here. Let's warp to this wormhole over here. We'll actually warp to 100 in case that guy is going to go to it. And we're going to see what type of wormhole this is. So there's quite a few wormholes. That's really nice, actually, because well, there's a high likelihood that we'll then lose that Heron, and we'll be able to find some relic and data sites for our own. So scan this. Okay, let's see now what it is. K165 into null security space. Okay, so we could even go into this one. This will then but I would not recommend this because people often camp nullsec gates. So we'll probably get killed quite hard. Let's make this a bit smaller. Let's see what is in this other one. This 5 AU away. Right click, warp to range. Something that you should use a lot in wormholes is dscan. Dscan is a tool which lets you see who's close. The way it works is that if we now, there we go, there's dscan. We'll actually put it here and actually pin it. Let's just see what this wormhole shows. This leads into unknown regions of space. So we can go through here actually. Let's mark this as entry, and then we will go and enter the wormhole with our MWD on because we want to go fast. So the way this dscan works here is that it makes it so that anything in this circle will be shown. So we're putting 360 degrees. That means we've got a circle of 360 degrees. If we have 180, you can see it's like a half a circle. 360 is a full circle. So anything within this 360, this circle, we see it now on the dscanner. And now we're going through the other wormholes. So this will now change, obviously. Okay, now we just mark this and type wormy here. I like to say that. And also, when it comes to Anoik.is, we can just type here J154634. You can see here we've also got high sec static here, and we've got possible wanderings here. Okay, and now there's a lot of cosmic signatures. So that is a good sign. Warp within 100 and then make a safe and launch our probes. Actually, we can just do a big scan when we come into a new wormhole. That'll be just to make sure we cover everything a bit. I can make then a safe here. So this dscan, how it works is that you can use this to pinpoint certain locations and also find people. So we obviously see these things here. There's some wrecks and these kind of things. We can now make this a bit smaller. So this wreck is not actually a good sign because this means that there's a frigate that died. So maybe someone got killed. Actually, this is not at all a good sign. Actually, if we, but you can see anything, including ships. So it's a good way to just see if there's someone here. And also, this is a filter actually, and I'd recommend you go on this filter and put like PvP. You can also make a custom filter by going into overview, this bar up here, and then you could go on one of these tabs you're looking at. Like for example, you could modify one of these to like, I don't know, we can deselect all and just do go into like ships. For if we just want to see ships, people who are out there who could possibly get us. This is what I would do. I'd just tick all of these so that I can see all ships that are nearby. This is the kind of to know that I'm We'll warp to our safe as well. This is just to know that if there's any battleship, or not about, but like any just ships nearby who will potentially be able to be there and get us. Just take all of these. It'll take a bit of time, but it's alright. Then another thing I'll take is charge scanner probe. This is just so that you know if there are other people exploring, you can see those scanners. And then I would save this, and I would say maybe D-scan. There we go. Now we've got a filter here, and now what we did is we put the D-scan filter on this warp to tab. So we want to put this back, warp to tab there. Okay, but we saved that filter. So that means we can access this filter if we go here, and we see here D-scan. So now we see anyone who's nearby, and we can see our own core scanner probes here. And something you can actually do is, if you want to just look if someone's at a specific location, put it very small to like 5 degrees, and we've got the range here, so we can make this a bit smaller, bigger, smaller, bigger. We can make it smaller, bigger. And if we put it to very small degrees, we can hold down C and look at the location, then we're actually going to direct the D-scan towards it. So the way the D-scan works is that the direction is pointing to where you're looking at. So if you hold down C and track something, you can look at it exactly. So this moon here, look, we're looking at it exactly. And this is a way you can actually look if there's someone, if you're like hunting someone. Now, we're obviously not hunting people, but you could look if there's someone there and see exactly who is at that location there. So that's a good tip right there. But since we're exploring now, we can just do this big one right here just to get an idea if someone's here. That's all we really want to do. And there's, you know, this guy here, that damn Heron, he's just following us. It's so annoying. I don't think he's trying to like hunt us, but I think he's just trying to also get some ISK, just like we're doing. And it's a bit annoying. I'd really prefer that he was not there, but you know what? There's so many cosmic signatures here. I'm just going to risk it for the biscuit. That's what I'm talking about. Wormhole space is all about high risk, high rewards, and this would be quite dumb, but we could, you know, we could use this to maybe. There's also the potential that we could get some good rewards here. It seems like quite a promising wormhole since there are a lot of signatures. You can click on D-scan a lot. You can see now there's more core scanner probes. It means he's now deployed them. He's also looking for stuff. So you can get a very good idea by just clicking D-scan. It's like really nice. Like you can just with one quick blink, you find everything that's nearby. Now, if you are very brave, and you can actually just ignore that. You don't have to, obviously, but I recommend that you click on it a lot. Now I'm being a bit stupid, I'm being a bit brave. That actually fits me because my main account is in a corporation called the Brave Empire, so I'm a bit brave, so I don't always click on it so much. But what people often do is they click on V. V is a shortcut to do D-scan. You click on it a lot, and then you can actually just see. Make sure it's at the max range, so you have the maximum range possible to be able to see stuff. And we're just seeing gas sites. Gas sites are useless for us right now. You could have maybe had a venture. A venture could then have some kind of like a gas harvester, and you can harvest these gas clouds. Also, something to keep in mind is don't go for relic site hunting in class over class 3. So there's different types of classes of wormhole systems. So I told you wormhole systems are those systems with no gates, no local, those spooky unknown systems. They can sometimes be class 4, 5, and 6. Only go for ones that are class 3, 2, and 1 because you can't find the good relic sites there. You don't find the ones that we are looking for there. You only want to go in class 1, 2, or 3. And we see there's another wormhole here, so we can maybe go through this to maybe lose that guy because it seems that like there's a ton of gas sites right here. Also, something if you want, you can see that this guy's got the name of his ship. He's a bit scrubby. He's put the name of his ship here, so we can actually look him up on something called Zkill. We go into this website called Zkillboard, and then we type his name here. So Jazimut Jackson. We can see here if he's a hunter, so he doesn't seem to be at all a hunter. He's died, but then again he's been able to fly a Gila, so that means he's probably got pretty good skills. So he's not a complete noob at least. You can also see by just typing in the search string. You can see here character Jackson, show info, you can do employment history. He's 323 days old, so he's quite a bit older than us. So we know who we're up against. He's not someone we'd want to, you know, take on, especially now that we've got 0 offensive capability. We're just here to run. That's all we can do, because we need to train drone skills to be able to use drones on the Heron. We could put a little blaster here, but we didn't do that. Okay, so there doesn't seem to. Just go to this wormhole here and see if there's anything in here. Can make our core probe scan a little bit bigger to look for these other locations. There's a lot of things you do at the same time. You scan, you warp, just to make it a bit faster. It can be a bit complicated at times, but you'll get the hang of it in the end. Let's see now, what does this lead to? This is that high security static actually, because you see that? If we go in here, we see there's a D845HS static, and that is exactly what this is, D8 4, 5. So let's go back to our safe. What we could actually do is go through that statting and look for more wormholes actually in the other region of HiSec. Maybe it'll lead to a less populated area of HiSec. Then we'll maybe be able to find better wormholes. So this is also a tip now that we're scanning and we're not really finding anything. Look for the one that's got the highest percentage, then make the scan a bit small on it. You see, it could be somewhere between these 2 points. So we want to encapsulate both of these points here within our ball. And make sure you click on pinpoint formation if you might accidentally click on spread formation or pinpoint formation. We want to use pinpoint formation for this kind of activity. Spread formation is more with combat scanner pros, where you want to just scan the whole area and just deduct that there's not some kind of person in the system. And obviously we want to keep doing D-scan. Actually, I'll make this a little bit smaller so we can see the full D-scan. Now that we've got 0% and we tried to scan this one, we're going to make it a little bit bigger. There we go, now it's becoming a bit more. Oh, this damn Heron, he's just what? Exactly when we decided to go, he just comes there. It's just the coincidence, man. Or another wormhole. Okay, this is quite a hard to scan down wormhole since we're going to have to go all the way to the very lowest scan resolution, or the highest scan resolution, by making it as small as possible. Maybe it could be a good wormhole though. Okay, let's go to this. See if there's anything interesting here. I'll start scanning the other cosmic signatures in the meantime. And when also we know that one of these cosmic signatures is the wormhole we came through. So show info, dangerous unknown parts of space. And dangerous unknown parts of space, this is what I was talking about. C4, 5 and 6, class 4, 5 and 6. It's like not the ones we want to be in. Unknown regions of space is class 1, 2 and 3, the ones we want to be in. These dangerous unknown parts of space is not the one we want to be in, because they are the higher class wormholes. We do not want to go there because there's not those relic sites we're looking for. It seems like this wormhole's been picked clean. There's no one here. Oh, there's a relic site. Relic site, yeah, but he's 100%. He's 100% taking it. Like, that's what 100% take it. It's so annoying. This guy, he's here exactly when we were gonna take it. It's so frustrating. Oh my god, because he's probably got a lot better skills than us. So he's probably. Oh wait, this is actually a relic site we do not want to go to. This is very important. Actually, I forgot to tell you this. If you see anything, any relic site that says frontier or perimeter on it, frontier or perimeter, do not warp to it. Do not warp to it. Okay, this is a special type of relic. If you the type of relic sites you want to warp to, they're the ones that have like Goristas or Sancha or Blood Raiders or Angel, something like that, with a pirate name in front of it. Not frontier or perimeter. Those kind of ones you do not want to go to them, because they have they've got these enemies there that will one-shot you. So now actually I'm going to go to that HiSec wormhole, because there's only one cosmic signature. He's going to take it if it is something. So let's just go. Okay, now here's a D845, the HiSec one. If we put it in the show info, so we're going to enter this as entry, save it as a bookmark, and then go and approach it as with MWD. Go through it. I think this leads to Caldari space. You can see the background is a bit grey. Caldari space tends to be a bit grey. Let's see now, where are we? So we're in Urlen, and this is really close to Jita, actually really close. So we basically almost came out right where we were before. We can actually go to a different system. Let's actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go far away in HiSec to a bit of a quieter HiSec system. In a way, you can check this as actually, if you go on the top left here, and you go and look by average pilots in space, the last 30 minutes, click here. Then we can see these dots here. 3 pilots in system, 2 pilots in system. Let's go to a place where there's not so many people. So let's go here. We'll go scan all the systems on our way here. This is what I mean. High risk, high reward, and also the exploration is kind of like a hit or miss activity. Sometimes you earn hundreds of millions, sometimes you earn nothing, like we're doing now. It takes time. It takes time to find those good relic sites, because people often take them, other people. But when you do find them, it'll be such a good feeling. Okay, let's just warp to here and let's launch probes, and we can just scan this down. Let's scan this one signature down here. If you guys test this out, let me know how much ISK you earned and how long it took you to earn that ISK by doing exploration like this. I really want to know what you guys have done or what you guys have found. So we just warp to, so we're just going to wait here exactly when we've started scanning. If it's nothing, then we'll just warp directly to the next location. Wormhole! Yay! Wormhole, wormy. Wormy is right here. Okay, let's see now. Where does this lead to? Unknown parts of space. So very good, very good. So we're gonna save this and type entry. And go into here. Click yes because we're brave. We'll go and No other people dared to go. Well, a lot of other people dared to go. We saw a lot of people before. Okay, we'll bookmark this, type wormy. We'll go on this Anoik.is, type in the code here, see what kind of statics there are. Okay, so it's got C1 static, so we know that there's going to also be another wormhole here. So we can just do warp to a location, 100, and launch our probes and make our safe ready, so that when we're in warp, we just click submit, and then we're going to make our safe. Analyze, we're going to just do a big scan here. Submit, actually. Submit. There we go. Okay, so there's no one here. Thankfully, there's no one here like before. So annoying. Okay, let's see. Probably this one right here is the one where the wormhole we were at before, so we're just going to move it a little bit. We're going to warp to our safe. Also, if we can actually check this Zkill, see if there's people who've been dying here, if this is people who are hunting people in this wormhole a lot. We're in Zkill, and then we just type J14050843. There we go, and the last person who died was November the 1st. That is today. So, people have been getting killed. So this jackdaw wrecked this guy's face so hard. Oof. Yeah, so this could be potentially dangerous, but it's alright. Gas site, we don't want that. We can actually, what we can do is we can just put the core scanner at a very small resolution on the bookmark for the wormhole that we came from, just to get it like out of the picture, so we know that that is not the wormhole we're looking for. Okay, so we see it here. We just click ignore here. We don't see it because we've already got it saved here. Move this. Look, it seems to be 2 signatures right here. Descan a little bit. Always have to descan. I need to get into the habit of doing more descans, but I don't. This is something really good to get in the habit of. Okay, so we've got an unstable wormhole here. We could go to it, see what it is, warp at 50. We can see now our core scanner probes, because we now just went into descan range of our own core scanner probes. What is this wormhole? Unknown parts of space as well, so this is a potential place we can go to afterwards if there's nothing here. It's probably that C1 static we saw. You see that C1 static? That's probably what this is, because unknown parts of space mean it could be a C1, class 1, 2, 3 wormhole, so this is probably that one actually. Oh, a data site. Let's go to this one. Yeah, finally. Finally we can get some dank ISK. Hope it drops something good actually. Really hope it drops something good. And I hope we don't get sniped by some cloaking guy, because what people sometimes will do, they're very nasty people in EVE Online. What they'll sometimes do is that they will actually hide their cloaked, and then they'll just decloak while you're hacking it and just kill you like that. They're really nasty people, but that's the problem with wormholes, because you can't see who is in local, so you don't know if there's someone here or not. I mean, it could very well be no one in this entire system. Very likely that could be the case, because wormhole systems tend to be quite quiet. Now there's a bunch of these large collidable objects, so we can just remove them from the overview. So let's go to the databanks first. The reason we want to go to the databanks first is those are the best ones, so that you could get the best stuff from the databanks. Mainframe is like an intermediate amount of ISK you get, and ComTower is the worst. So those are like the different ranks, you could say. And we can actually just scan a little bit while we're going towards one of these. Lock this up, deactivate our MWD, descan, and we can just keep a range 500 of this. We can use our data analyzer just like we did before. Remember the tutorial, just like we did before. We're going to use that, and you see here this is a much more advanced grid than in the tutorial. So we're going to use the rule of 6s here. So we're going to look for where there's nodes surrounded by 6 ones, because we know they're going to be safe, or the system core is right nearby if there's an antivirus. So we're going to try to work our way towards here. Something I also notice is that the system core tends to be at the around the very opposite where you start off. Let's see here. There's something good just one jump away. It could be a buff like I was talking about before. This is a buff. This can be used to destroy antivirus a lot easier. Going to go here, make our way to the rule of 6. There we go. Safe here, safe here, safe here, safe here, safe here. We know that there we go. System core straight away, and we can use this to just destroy it very quickly. There we go, and we can open up this and crap stuff. Only 5,000 ISK. That's so bad. You may as well have nothing in there. Let's go to this other data bank right here. Descan. I really need to descan more. It's not enough descan. But those are the risks you take when you go here. And it's also just a 1 million ISK ship, so it's hardly worth a lot. But we'll very easily be able to accumulate enough ISK that from these data banks that is worth a lot more than our entire ship's worth. Okay, so we've got a grid here. Okay, something's 2 jumps away, that's good. There we go. This is also something that can be used to kill an antivirus. You can read here what it says. This one makes the antivirus get half its HP. This one does 20 damage per turn. Turn antivirus. Okay, so there's something good thing 1 away. So I think the system core could be here, because the system core tends to be at the opposite of where we started. 2 jumps away. There we go, system core right here. Look here, if I use this one here, it makes them go to half HP. So you see 90 HP, now 45 HP. I can go here and destroy it, open it up, and there we go, 2.5 million right there. That is actually not so good. You can get a lot more in relic size, but we're going to go to this mainframe right here, because this is where the mainframe you can get some you can get intermediate amount of ISK. It's not the data banks are where the best stuff goes. Let's see if we go here. I still would say that we were quite unlucky. This is the thing with exploration. I told you it's all or nothing kind of thing. Where it's a hit and miss. Sometimes you can get very good stuff from these. Sometimes you get very crap stuff from these. So in this case, we got unlucky right there. But sometimes you can get really good stuff, especially in the relic size. The data size don't seem to be as good. We can use the data analyzer. Descan a little bit. Okay, so this is an antivirus, so we will just ignore this because there's different types of antiviruses. The ones that do 40 damage, they hit hard. We want to try to avoid it unless it's absolutely necessary to destroy it. Okay, there's a repair tool. So we just activate this straight away as we get this repair tool, because for each turn or each click, we'll get a little bit more HP for 3 turns. See it go here, 2, something is here. Okay, so these things, these can give a random thing. These balls here, or these circles. They can give a antivirus, so this could become an antivirus if you click on it, or it could be a buff. So these things are also things you want to leave to the very if you absolutely need some kind of buff, if you've got very low HP. Otherwise, you want to leave them just like this. There's this thing you want to kill straight away. This increases the HP of other antiviruses. You can see here that increase in HP. Okay, so let me just another one of these. I've got very low HP now, 5 HP. Doesn't seem like this is turning out too good. Okay, so that one indicates also these, just so you know. So that counts as a good thing, but it can also be a bad thing. Okay, something there. So I'm pretty sure the system core is right here. Okay, there's another one of these buffs. Okay, we can actually kill this with the buff right there. It makes it go half HP, and we didn't even consume a turn. Now I can actually click it, because remember I said that if the click kills the antivirus, then it won't take damage. So we've got only 5 HP here, but since we do 25 damage, he's got 25 HP. We'll kill it straight away. Now something is 1 jump away. Let's see this one. Okay, this one. System core right there. Okay, good. Now we don't have enough HP to take out the system core, so we're going to use these white things here to get something. So this is a repair tool. We can use it to repair up, and we can actually now probably kill it. So we've got a regen there, and now we kill it. Opens up. Oh, 6.1 million. Nice. This blueprint, I think maybe it could be worth a little bit. I don't think it's worth that much, but you see here, we can get some ISK, and you can get much more from relic size. This is still not particularly good, but I would say that's all right for a data site right there. I mean, look here, just from that little thing, we all got more than our whole net worth right there. That's why I'm talking about this exploration is like a high risk, high reward kind of thing, or it's a bit of a hit and miss. Okay, so we got one of those white ones. Only take these if it's absolutely necessary. You know, it could be some antivirus that's very deadly, so you just want to leave. It could be one of those ones that heal other ones as well, so you just really never want to open them unless you absolutely have to. Okay, now I think the system core could be here, because it's about the opposite of where we started. I think we're going to have to take the shot here. Look at that much HP we lost from that. This is probably where the system core is, because these are all 1 jump away. This is so annoying. And I don't think we can, like, brute force just go through. Oh, no. Let's take out this. There we go. System core right there. Look, I knew that. Descan a little bit. I don't think we have enough HP to take us through this. We need to find some buff. Any buff anywhere? No. We failed this one. There we go, we failed. You have 2 attempts, otherwise the second attempt, if you fail, then it'll explode. So we now use it again. And this seems to not be, there's not so many rule of 6s here, there's only 1 right here, and this is like a grid that's not so particularly good. Make sure you approach this actually, or keep at range of 500, because you do not want to drift away. If you drift away too far, like outside this optimal range, 5,000, then you will fail the hack. Shield, this is very good. This is good when those antiviruses do a lot of damage, because it makes so that you, for 2 turns or 2 clicks, you will not take any damage, and that's good, because if they do a lot of damage, it'll be very meaningful on those like 40 damage antiviruses. Okay, 4 jumps away. Okay, this is. Okay, so this is a rule of 6 here. So this was a rule of 6. You know, 6 nodes here. So it should be clear, or if it's not clear, like it is not safe, then that means that the system core is in one of these 6 ones here. So we use our shield. There we go. Now in one of these, there we go, system core right here. The rule of 6 never fails. Open up 2.4 mil. Okay, good. Now we're going to the com towers, a bit of a crappier ones, but you know, it's something. You scan a little bit. There's anything right here. What we could actually do is just put our core scanner probes to scan stuff in the meantime. Put this a little bit bigger. It seems like it's got a bit of a hard time scanning down this one right here. Can approach this one right here. Keep it range 500. Minimize this. Actually, no. This is the wrong one. You want to lock this one up. Keep it range 500. There we go. And don't have your MWD active when you're hacking, because then you'll bounce off very easily. We're going to go for the rule of 6s. These no one's going to safe. Well, it could be the system cores here. So we had one away, so it could be something good here. Okay, there we go. Repair. Activate it always straight away, the repair tools. Something is 1 jump away here. There we go. Another repair tool. Activate it, because you just want to... It takes 3 clicks to get the full amount of HP from the repair tool, so you want to utilize it properly by clicking it straight away. That was a very easy hack right there, and really crap loot. And that's what I mean. Like, you can get all of them. You can get 1 carbon. That's kind of like the troll drop. I would say. Even a data bank can drop 1 carbon, but these com towers don't tend to give as much as the other ones. Okay, stop here. Turn off our MWD. Keep it range of 500. Lock this up. Unlock the other one. You don't want to just drift to the other one you were going to before. That has happened to me sometimes. I go to the other one while I'm hacking it, and then I just fail the hack unnecessarily. Go to the rule of 6 here. Nothing here. Okay, just delete this one. They're also the antivirus is a lot easier as well in the com towers, but you know, as I said before, you get less loot. Okay, let's go. Oh. 1 jump away. Okay, there's a system core. Let's use this. Okay, we can use this one here. And we don't have enough HP because we have 10 HP. This is just 10 damage. It's going to kill us. Oh, I don't want to use this one, because if I use this, it could be an antivirus. It will block my access to the system core. There we go. Repair tool. Good. Now we can kill it. Oh, okay. Easy peasy. We got 1 mil. Okay, there we go. So 1 data site, and we got 12 mil, and we also got this blueprint. I don't think the blueprint is worth a lot, but I think maybe some people will buy it from you. 12 mil right there. Let's see if there's anything else in the system. Otherwise, we'll go back to home and sell our wares. And that's why I say you should be in Jita, because then when you go home to your home station in Jita, you can just sell it straight away. It's very convenient, and you'll get a good price as well. So we're warping to our safe now, because we want to be safe. We don't want to be unnecessarily out in the open, the data site. Well, actually, we could be there, because now it's gone away from the core scanner, but I like to always return to my safe spot. Okay, let's see here. What do you mean? It could be a relic site here. Could be a relic site. Wormhole. Okay. Wormhole. Okay, so there's nothing here. So this, I guess, is going to be our haul for now. So we can go back to our Wormy, because that was where we came out from. And we'll just go back to ISK. Urlen, the system we were in before, was very close to Jita. I already know that, but if you want to just see how far away you were from your original station, you could just right click on your home station. Like I saved this Jita station as a bookmark. I could have just right clicked set destination. It would have told me how many jumps I was away, or you could just go into the map and just type. You just type like Jita here. Just type Jita and right click and set destination. But if we set destination in the wormhole, it says we're unknown jumps away. You can see unknown jumps because you can't. There's no stargates. Wormholes don't have any stargates. This kind of special wormhole, or this kind of like wormhole system, they don't have stargates, as you know. You can see here Urlen is very close to Jita. So let's go back to Jita and sell our wares. Overall, I'm happy, because this means that we've got enough money to get the ship, which I plan to show you guys in the next part, which is actually a Corax. A Corax is, I told you in the first part of this tutorial series to train for Corax and light missiles. That's because Corax can actually be used to, it's quite an easy ship. So there are many ships you can use for PvE. You know, like I told you before, you can like go and kill enemy NPCs and get money. So a Corax is a very good ship for that. You can also use many other ships, like Cormorant works as well. But there's a particular kind of PvE activity I have in mind, which I'll go over in the next video. And this really is very easy to use. That's why I'll focus on this. Otherwise, there are better ones, but this is very easy to use, like very little skill required, like actual piloting skill. I'm not talking about these kind of skills. I'm talking about like actual like knowledge of the game. It's very simple mechanics, and that's why we'll be using that. So you can see here this fit I've got actually PvE Corax, which I'll share with you guys later. It actually has a price tag of 6.9 million on it, and we obviously need ISK for that. We've got not exactly enough ISK for that. We could sell our minerals we have from before, but it's always good to have a little bit of extra ISK to be able to replace our ship if we were to somehow lose it. But the PvE activity we'll be doing is not at all that risky, so it's very, very unlikely we will lose it. Perimeter, the system we're in now, is right next door to Jita, and that's actually an interesting system because a lot of people have set up these citadels. These here are all citadels right here, not the boxes. These boxes are normal stations, but these are citadels which are player-made stations. That's what citadels are. And a lot of trading goes in these citadels as well. That in perimeter, it's like it's kind of like a player-made trade hub. So you can sometimes get good deals from here. Often the best stuff is in Jita, but you can often get good deals as well in perimeter. You see that massive station over there? That is Tranquility Trading Tower, one of the big keep stars, a massive station of like 100 kilometers, I think. If we go here, 198 kilometers long, where a lot of trading goes here. It's the trading tower, Tranquility Trading Tower. So you can also do some interesting stuff in there, but I prefer to be in Jita because citadels could be unfueled, and this means like the owner of them does not give the citadel fuel, and if that happens, all the stuff you have in that citadel could potentially get dropped if someone decides to destroy the citadel, and that is something that I would not want to happen. So if you've got your items in a station, there's no way they can be taken from you unless you undock with them and someone kills you. So we went to the dock as I did before, sort by jumps, and make sure you dock straight away. You don't want someone to snipe you here. Just dock straight away when you've gone to the insta dock right here. That's why it's important. I mean, I don't think anyone will dock you when you're carrying 16 or 12 million worth of stuff, but it's like it's a bit more than what we had before in our industrial, and maybe someone will gank you, but it's still very unlikely. It's still not a huge amount of money, but just it's always good to get in the habit of using these insta docks that I've got here before. So if we want to sell our wares, we just highlight everything. Do not highlight your core scanner probes and put it into your item hanger. And then also if we want to sell our minerals while we are at it, actually, so we've got all this stuff over here, we can just highlight this and put it in the item hanger. We can go here and look for the minerals. We could also sell the modules, but the minerals are, I think, the main thing I would want to sell. So we can also sell this. No, this limited adaptation chip is not worth a lot. You can just highlight all this stuff we got from this exploration round we did. And this data called basic is what we got from one of those missions, so you can't sell it. It doesn't say have any estimated price on it, so don't sell that. Calm Gamma filament. And there we go. You should be able to sell this. I think there's something missing. This skill book here. Oh, yeah, we can sell these skill books here. This is a skill book that we actually got from the Relic site. We could inject them, but I'll just sell them for now. So right click and then click sell. Make sure you put immediate. This is if you want to do it straight away. And then you just sell it. There we go. Okay. Now we get our dank ISK. You can see here. So there we go. That's how to do exploration as like basically a almost day one player. Now we've obviously done the career agent missions, but we are basically a complete noob, and it's a pretty simple activity, also pretty risky. You could saw before we had a bit of competition. That guy didn't seem to be so aggressive, but he could have tried to hunt us. There could be other people who specifically are in combat ships trying to hunt us. That other Heron was just an explorer. It also can go a long time without actually getting anything meaningful. That's something with exploration. Sometimes you can go a long time without getting anything, then you sometimes just hit the jackpot or get a lot of stuff. We got a moderate amount of ISK, but you get even more if you are very lucky. Next time we're going to go over a bit more how to get a bit of a moderate income but low risk type of consistent income. So this is a bit of a high risk, high reward. We're going to go over a bit of a low risk, moderate reward type of way to earn ISK in the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you enjoyed the series in general or find it useful in some way or another, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.